Hey guys, it's Cameroon and welcome back to another video. Now today, a director's take was posted talking about the team's development values. Majority of the post was talking about making the game easier to be played as a team, whether that be introducing things like on-screen health indicators like PvE, ally-only minimaps, etc. that are potentially being pitched or worked on with nothing too concrete. I'm all for encouraging team play in Overwatch. Sometimes the game just feels like it's a glorified TDM and everyone is just kind of doing their own thing, which isn't fun. However, that's not the main topic I'd like to discuss in this video. As we all know, Season 9 is bringing the revamped competitive system, but that's not everything as well. Aaron, the game director, discussed two more things that the team are doing in terms of gameplay and balance, and those are reducing damage spikes or bursts of damage, and that damage and tank heroes will now be getting a tuned down version of the support passive, meaning the tank and damage role will now have more options to sustain themselves without the need of a support. And I think it's best to talk about this change coming to Season 9, as it really will shake up everything and may not be for the best, but we all don't know yet. I just thought it would be a good idea to give my thoughts on it and hear yours as well. So let's get into it. In my opinion, there's a lot to look at from this. Healing and damage numbers are extremely high, so the changes to burst damage I think are good. This will help alleviate those moments where you feel like you just got deleted. However, there was no mention of tweaking healing numbers, which are quite high already. So now you stack on the healing passive to both tanks and damage heroes, and there's just even more healing. And I don't think that's a good idea, and this will just create more annoying moments in the game. Like, imagine there's a Genji that's won. He manages to run off, but is still isolated from his own team, and you can confirm this in Lim. Then the Genji starts healing on his own. No need for a health pack or other support. And now you have to deal with a Genji that is no longer won, potentially has deflect and dash again, and a support may finally be there to assist him. That's frustrating. Also, imagine this passive on Tracer. I'm sorry, I'm just imagining it now. That's kind of brutal because Tracer's already strong right now, and this is just gonna make her incredible. It seems like this won't work on every hero, and some may be extremely broken to have self-healing. Now, looking at tanks, I don't really see that much of a difference for most of them. Tanks absorb so much damage that I don't see too many scenarios where the self-healing will do too much besides outside of combat. But kind of staying in the same theme of damage heroes, the tanks that have higher mobility, like your Dooms, your Wrecking Balls, are going to be benefiting from this as they can disengage to safe places relatively easy. And so for tanks, it seems that it's coming down to some of them will benefit from the passive while others will barely even notice it. But talking about the self-healing passive as a whole, I always thought it was best to do the opposite and remove it. There needs to be more ways to force cooldowns, but with self-healing on everybody, that Soldier 76 doesn't need to use his healing station right away, just like how Ana doesn't need to use her nade defensively as much. This change is going to create those types of scenarios that are annoying to deal with, but with every role now, because those cooldowns aren't going to be forced, which is just going to create an even longer, sluggish paced game. I mentioned it before that I do like slower paced gameplay, but not in the sense of like nothing is dying. It's more like our team is setting up for a very big play. We're going to push in and then we're going to have an amazing team fight, but not this nothing's dying, nothing's dying. Oh, can't get our one to actually push. And this is what the self-healing passive is going to do. Now, maybe the healing numbers of these passives aren't noticeable at all, because they did say it's tuned down from the support one. But then what's the point of them adding the passive at all? I think these changes are going to be noticeable and cause much more frustration overall. Maybe even create scenarios where nothing dies because of just the sheer amount of healing and ways to heal. Like I've said before, there's no confirmed changes to healing numbers in this post. So there's just more healing than ever, which then adds more anti-situations into the game that everyone doesn't like dealing with either, meaning we'll probably see another nerf to Ana because of this. Now, I could talk about this more, but I don't like to make these videos long. The longer the video goes, the more likely someone is to disengage from the discussion, and the higher chance I repeat myself. So, a quick summary of what I said. Encouraging team play and adding more ways to do that in the game is a good thing. Some of the changes they mentioned in the blog post are a little weird though. The damage spike or burst damage reductions are good, nothing to complain about there. No mention of healing number reductions at all is worrying. Self-healing on tank and damage can create even more frustrating situations and not force cooldowns. Mobility heroes like Tracer and Genji benefit from self-healing massively compared to other heroes. Most tanks will probably not even notice the difference in most situations, and overall, I don't think they should implement this. But that's my take on this change coming to Season 9. Of course, there's more information to come as we get closer to the new season, but this is how I'm feeling about it right now. I'll leave a link to the blog post in the description below if you want to read everything about it yourself. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on self-healing for every role in the comments below. I'd love to hear your opinions on it. If you liked the video, consider leaving a like and subscribing too. Enjoy the rest of your day, evening, and night, and I will talk to you all later.